of the City of Miami Beach, Florida by amending Section 6-40 and 6-41, total nudity and sexual conduct prohibited, and provisions pertaining to establishments permitting partial or total nudity, to allow establishments licensed as alcoholic beverage establishments to offer partial or total nude adult entertainment, providing for codification, repealer, non-severability, and an effective date.
Okay, public hearing open. It's actually been opened and continued, but we're continuing now from the morning. It's opened again. Who would like to speak on this issue that hadn't spoken in the morning? A show of hands, please. This is the alcohol and nude establishments issue. Okay, we will start working our way from this side of the room around. Let us start with Carl. Carl, why don't you lead us off and we'll work our way around the room. Yeah, let's try also, if we could, to limit comments to about 2 minutes, unless obviously if there's somebody representing other people or an organization, will give you a little more leeway. Also, please try and keep your comments to the issue and stay out of any kind of personalities, as tempting as that may be. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm here to speak in favor of the proposal.
Excuse me, can you say
who
you
are,
please? Your name for the record.
Carl Zablotny, 1800 Sunset Harbor Drive. Mainly because I'm tired of seeing small businesses on the beach either be forced out of business or forced to move across the causeway. Over the past 5 or 6 years, we all know that Miami Beach is becoming more homogenized, sanitized, and frankly a little bit too ordinary. We all remember the incidences, just as examples, where this commission a few years ago wanted to have all the umbrellas on Lincoln Road the same size and color, or that tattoo parlors were not the right thing to have on Miami Beach and they should be relegated to the backs of stores or on the second floor. Or, Mr. Mayor, you remember the rubber chicken rumba, for example, which, again, these
just like it was yesterday.
I know.
And you know what a terrible day yesterday was. Anyway, that's an old joke.
Anyhow, now there's an uproar because Leroy Griffith wants to remain competitive by asking to be able to serve liquor in his already nude club. All the discussions that I've heard on this issue so far at the planning board and before this commission seem to think that he's starting something new. All he's asking for is the ordinance to serve liquor for competitive reasons. It's a tourist issue, it's a business issue from my point of view. Everybody characterizes his club, mischaracterizes his club as, because it's nude entertainment, it's sleazy, it's drunken, it's a brothel. People who visit these kinds of establishments run the gamut. A lot of professionals go to these clubs just to relax, just to have a good time. But the problem is there are no clubs here in Miami Beach that offer liquor. North Miami and Miami does. Why get a car and drive over, have our tourists go over the causeway to spend their money? I want to keep those dollars here. I want tourists to stay on this side of the causeway, spend their money on dinner, entertainment, nightlife, and even stop off at Club Madonna for a drink. We're not opening our doors to a plethora of clubs with sex, drugs, and prostitution, as some say here. In a conversation with the chief of police recently, he told me that the boat show attracted more prostitutes here, to the tune of probably 200 to 300 extra ones, than anything else, and that arrests were being made on Biarritz Drive at the Lowe's Hotel, not outside Club Madonna. 2 questions have been raised.
There's a lot of people who comment on behalf of the chief. It's an interesting dynamic that goes.
Well, he's here. Call on him and ask him.
Hey, leave him alone. He's had a rough week. Go ahead.
Well, this commission's going to have a rougher time. 2 questions. Will there be proliferation of clubs like Club Madonna? Will Leroy be given monopoly through this ordinance? I answered no to both those questions. We haven't seen a proliferation anywhere else, and it remains within the Commission's authority to grant variances, yes or no, to any other organization, club, bar that might want to do that kind of thing. Granting Leroy the opportunity to sell liquor in his club will only increase tax revenues here for the city and finally allow tourists and residents to enjoy themselves on Miami Beach rather than leaving it. I'll finish up right now. This is not on Lincoln Road either. This is right in the middle of the entertainment district on Washington Avenue. So I don't see the problem. Way too much time has been spent on this issue, in my opinion, and there are so many other pressing issues like balancing your budget, addressing the homeless problem more compellingly, completing the bond projects, and making sure our city is safe, secure, and clean for everyone. the less intrusion of government in our private lives, and especially when it comes to trying to regulate morality, the better off we are. So I say yes, please pass this ordinance. I think it's the best thing we can do to keep Miami Beach competitive with the other surrounding neighborhoods.
Thank you, Carl. Let us go to Doctor. Did you speak this morning?
No.
No. Okay. Come on. And then we'll go to Erica, then David, and work our way around.
Mayor, I did not speak this morning. However,
You did get up and say that you were going to speak this afternoon.
Exactly. Thank you. I am prepared to pass momentarily because I call your attention to the people here who are present from Fisher Feinberg. They have come here with children. They have to go home. They have to cook. I would be very happy to let you take those people for me.
Okay. All right. I'm sure everybody has the same sentiment. So let's move along over to Fisher Feinberg. Is there a particular representative of Fisher Feinberg? Okay. Come on. Welcome, Principal. Okay, who's going to lead on this one?
I will, thank you very much. I'm Helen Stank with 6563 Northwest 172nd Lane in Miami. I'm a board member, second vice president, and co-chair of the Education Committee of PACT, also a retired teacher of Miami-Dade County Public Schools. I'd like to just give you a brief background on PACT because we are represented here for PACT. We are the people acting for community together. It's a tax-exempt grassroots community organization working to improve the quality of life of our members. We are composed of 30 diverse congregations, community organizations, and parents at schools. Together we represent 50,000 people in Miami-Dade County. Feinberg Fisher's parents are members of PACT because we hired a special organizer just to work with parents in certain schools to identify specific issues relating to that particular school and to help them organize to resolve those issues. You guessed it. The issue of the liquor license in such proximity to their schools is one of the, that the parents of Feinberg Fisher identified and wish to address here today. And I hope you'll notice that we did lose some of our parents with their children.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor Dermer and Commissioners. And again, I speak to you. My name is Olga Figueras, and I am a citizen of Miami Beach and the proud principal of Feinberg Fisher Elementary. I'm here at the request of my parents and to introduce them as they would like to be heard on the issue of the vote to amend the Miami Beach ordinance that addresses licensing for sale of alcohol in a nudity club. Our children are our responsibility. We are placed in their lives to provide care, nurturing, protection, and a safe environment where they can grow and learn to become exemplary citizens of tomorrow. We are the village, and you've heard me say that before. And as a community, we have the responsibility to raise our children. In the course of a day, as I talk to children, I realize that our society has become very permissive. And I ask, what are we doing to our children? Not too long ago, we all witnessed how a youngster killed another youngster for no apparent reason. Children are sexually violating other children, and you may ask why. Children are becoming numb and insensitive to the ills of society. They see sex abuse, violence, alcohol and drug abuse, and prostitution as the norm, not the exception. I tell them to look the other way and reject these until they are mature enough to understand them and make choices. But we, as a community, are very negligent, and we permeate our community with encouragement and opportunity for them to experience otherwise. This is not acceptable. These children are the future leaders of our community and our country, and I feel a need to lead them in the right way. These parents want our government and leaders to make the right decisions to help our children. Please put our children first as you, the leaders of our community, make your decision on the issue of changing the ordinance that does not grant license of alcohol beverage to full nudity clubs. Thank you.